try that. Okay. My name is Tina Stryker. I made the 86th Women's Crucio at St. Pius X in Selinsgrove. I sat at the Decuria of St. Mary Magdalene, and I am from Sacred Heart of Jesus, Lewistown. Crucio is to bring the good news to others. We do that through friendship, okay? I'm not going to go into a lot of methodology because that's what we do. We make friends. My mantra for Crucio is make a friend, be a friend, and bring that friend to Christ. We are to bring, I work at bringing that joy to people so that I can bring that. They ask me, they come and ask me, what do you have? I want what you have, okay? My husband came into the church that way. And I'm talking off script, so I may not talk about anything here. But he came into the church because he said, I want what she has. Because he saw Christ in me. And so because I was raised in that kind of family, and there was a lot of love, and we were taught, you know, all of the things that you need to be. And I actually, at some point in my life, wanted to be a nun. But didn't happen. I should have highlighted some of the things here. Let's see. And I'm going to skip over some method. The make a friend, okay. It requires planning. One of the things I think we need to do is we need to, I know Bill has mentioned it, is to plan and try and go out for those people that we want or that we see. Okay, we need to like come up with ideas on how we're going to get people. That takes prayer as well, though. We need to pray that God is guiding all of us to do the job that He's given us. Okay, I'm done. Okay, candidate selection. Because remember, Crucio is our apostolate, and we do have that mission that God has given us. We wouldn't be here if God hadn't given us. It's our job to take what He wants us to do and try to fulfill that for Him. Okay, to give Him the glory that He needs to have. There's all kinds of things like improvisation, pressure, deception. There's all different kind of ways we could do it. I mean, that's what's all in here, but that's for people that like have not been, you know, at the sponsors talk, so to speak. Okay. Again, I'm trying to go things really quick. One of the things I have here, remember, and I heard this way back when, I think it was Nancy Keener that said this to me. And I can always remember, because she was very charismatic whenever she gave any of her like royos, like women things, you know, I was like, how does she do that? She was just amazing to me, okay? But one of the things I remember from what she said was that, okay, remember to talk to God. He will enlighten you with the right words at the right time. And we kind of all share that when we group anyway, because that's the way God works with us. And if we remain open to Him, we're going to get that. He's going to give that to us and give us the gifts that we need to be Christ for others. Okay. That's the end of the first session. So am I doing okay? All right. Okay. Some of the nitty-gritty stuff, okay? Let me see. Practical techniques to know your friend, place your friend. That is to consider the following when placing your friend in truth. Help your friend recognize their talents so they can place them in the service of Christ. And I needed help with that. John was mentioned whenever we were grouping about I look at the way I was when I was 19 and married, and it was like, I am just so not that person. And I have grown so much by living God's message, okay? That's super important. But we need to maybe guide other people to be that way, okay? And help your friend look towards Christ in every circumstance of life to know what Christ wants of them. Again, we share that in our grouping even. Everything we do is for God. And everything we do is in the walk of Christ, every minute of every day. And we all need to do that. And we need to, by us doing that and by communicating, it's like I have this friend of mine who wants me to talk to a woman at church who is married and has some marital problems, and she has 3 small children. She doesn't think she needs to come to Mass. She should have come to Mass because she's there by herself with her children, and her children are a handful at Mass, I'll just say, okay? And I'm like, how? And I didn't realize she thought that way. And I said, oh, let me talk to her. I said, I absolutely love it when she comes, and I love when people bring their children to Mass. And she is making that effort, and how God will bless her for that, and how she warms my heart because she has brought her children to Mass. Those kind of situations, we need to look for those. And I'm going to talk to her. I haven't met, I want to get like introduced to her. And you know, that this person is going to talk to her, and then we're going to get together, and I'm going to have coffee with her or whatever, so that we can do that. And then we need to accompany our friends into their journey to the weekend, but then also the 4th day, and to remember we still need to keep that connection with the people that we sponsor, or make sure that they are involved in some way. Our group, our bigger group of friends that we have, and being able to, I know I have, and as part of Pre-Curcio, I've already been on the phone with people who contacted me because they're having trouble grouping. And I kind of try to put them in touch with people in their geographical area so they don't have to travel so far to group, you know. And I didn't sponsor them or anything, but you know, these are the kind of things that we need to do. When and where we can help to maintain that 4th day connection is super important, I think, okay? Talked about all that already. The personal contact and authentic witness of life, that's it. I'm going to skip to, in summary, so to speak. Okay, some practical things. Everybody here knows this, and for the sake of being on for a new person that might be watching the video, there are certain things that you need to handle whenever you are sponsoring someone, like their transportation, making sure that their children are going to be taken care of, their spouse is going to be taken care of, and how can you facilitate that in order to make the weekend a stress-free weekend for the person making the weekend. That's super important. And what you are going to be doing, this will be the last thing I say, I think whenever you are preparing your person for the weekend, remember that your team should be a part of them and should have some prior knowledge about that person so that they can better prepare for them on the weekend, because we need to facilitate like any issues that they may have, okay, either psychological, physical, or you know, diet and all of that, which we kind of do, but those of you that aren't quite sure, that's what we would expect from you, okay? Decaloris.
Decaloris. Thank you.
You wanted it short.
Thank you. The only announcement I would have, or you have something?
Yeah, I want to make a comment.
Oh, surprise.
Go for it.
You don't have to allow it.
Yeah, you don't have to allow a comment.
I don't have to. Well, let's get them off. Let's
These
get
are
them
my
off this off of the screen.